this was my big surprise, which was 2 years in the making. My 3 boys actually done it, along with lots of members of staff. I can't believe my boys found it and had 2 years to put it together without me knowing anything about it. So it was a big surprise of where they bought it, where they found it. More or less in a scrapyard, rotten as a pear, obviously a non-runner. I think they made 1 cab out of 3, and this is the end product, which the history of the truck goes back to 1975, which was the first new truck I'd ever bought. And believe it or not, this is classed as a heavy. Back then it was. And I used to work this morning, noon and night. But this was certainly a tearjerker when it come driving in my house on my birthday. Couldn't believe it. Brought it into Wreckers International at the time in mid-70s. Had it built by the same team that used to build all our vehicles, which was Paul Trundle, who worked for me for many years after Wreckers days. But he was the one that sort of used to build all our trucks and built this at the time. So it's got plenty of history to it. But yeah, it's certainly something. It's got the Nomar crane on it, which is a 4D10 twin winch. And believe me, that was the nuts when it was put on the road. Yeah, I'll give you a tour around the truck and show you. So it's got the dolly wheels on it, twin winch, PTO driven, twin boom, ideal vehicle for winching. And I think the previous one I had from this was all hand winches. So this was like a Rolls Royce. 1 through locker at the front. And one of my designs, which I always said to Wreckers about building, was building the locker extra high. So up here you can put all your timbers, which is what you used to use in them days with that type of lifting frame, with a through locker, where you've got your dolly wheel bars and snatch blocks, everything that you would need for carrying out any type of job that you might get called out to. So it was certainly a good workhorse back in them days. Not so sure so much now, with all the latest equipment now, with underlifts and what have you. But this, you know, back in the day, there was nothing really that you couldn't do with it. You know, with that type of lifting frame on it. If you knew how to use these twin boom cranes, they were ideal. A bit different now with vehicles with plastic bumpers and all that. You wouldn't get away with it. But certainly back in the day, it was certainly a lovely vehicle. People have made comments now when they have driven it, even just around the yard. You know, the steering's heavy. You haven't got the luxuries then that you got now. It is what it is. You know, back in the day, you knew no different. So you didn't have your fridges, you didn't have your night heaters. You know, you didn't have sleeper cabs. You know, I spent many nights sleeping in that cab. So, you know, it's what people get used to. If someone jumps in that now, they probably wouldn't be able to, they wouldn't last 2 minutes. You know, when you look at the job that's been done on it, it's really a, you know, a brilliant job, brilliant present. I couldn't think of anything that could be better, really. But for them to go and find one that is our original, it's just amazing. So, you know, I can't thank them enough. And obviously the efforts that the staff have put in, helping. Every time I come into our stores, the storeman's had to suddenly shuffle a load of bits out of the way. And I kept thinking, what's he doing? What's he doing? And now, of course, he's told me every time I was going in the stores, he's had to hide a load of bits that he's got for it. Saved me asking the questions. So, yeah, I mean, it was out of a shock. And the thing is that, you know, over 2 years in the making with the people that have been involved in it, and I knew nothing about it. The worrying thing for me now is what else goes on without me knowing. Let's jump in. Italy, here we come. It was our flagship back then. You know, we used to be running the Land Rovers with wind-up cranes on. I think this was the first heavy that we'd actually bought, which was run off a PTO, which is like a powered crane. Certainly brings the memories back. The smell of the diesel, sound of the engine. Not quite got the power of the trucks of today, but just the feel of it. You just can't beat it. It was a really good old workhorse. It's great pulling power. Top speed's not great. You know, you're probably looking at about 50 mile an hour, but it doesn't hesitate. You've got a load on the back, it's the same, whether you're empty, whether you're loaded. It's quite low geared, which made an ideal recovery truck. Back in the day, there was nothing you couldn't do with it. Some of the jobs we used to do, the winching jobs, Arctics that had rolled over. When you look at the size of this now compared with the trucks of today, you know, you just think, how did you used to do it? But then all trucks back in them days were a lot smaller. You know, you put this up beside of one of our new trucks now, this looks like a Mini. Yeah, I've got to put it back in the workshop, and I'm going to quite look forward to doing a few bits on it. Well, that's an experience. No seat belts, looking for reverse camera, looking for the bleepers, reversing. But that's what we used to get used to. Nowadays, you don't even look in your mirrors, you're relying on the reversing camera and everything else. So it just goes to show you trucks that come on.